Hey everybody,
What it is, what's
welcome
up?
back.
Hey.
Everybody ready to fall in love? What it is, what's up?
Gravy, why are you always hitting one song every single time?
Okay,
Our
that one
song.
came right on time. Okay, at least I didn't sing the PJ Morton Ready to Love song. Okay, I'm not gonna be that disrespectful to PJ Morton. Okay,
Bianca, what's going on, Bianca?
Hey
hey Bianca.
Bianca.
So this is the final panel review for Ready to Love Dallas.
Does it have to
And
be? Because we got a new thing coming in. I don't want, and my Saturdays are so full with y'all. I don't want to leave
don't
y'all.
worry, there's Ready to Love making movie starting next week. I think it's just coming back to back. Next week is when the other series starts. This week, Dallas is ending anyways.
I think OWN is
So
testing that for a reason to see if they want it on year
yes,
long. Believe me.
I feel like yes, it's actually smart. Because you do the normal Ready to Love, you didn't make a move, normal Ready to Love. So actually, you won't feel so oversaturated because it's like you're watching two different types of shows and it's like back to back. I think that's a good decision.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a smart
So
move.
let's get into the reunion.
Whew.
Uh-oh.
Lord
It
help.
was a mess,
Uh-oh.
so we're going to get down into this mess. Now, before we start this reunion, I need to say something. I was disappointed by Tommy's skills because it felt like it just allowed certain people to just get away with what they were saying and
Correct.
get away with their attitudes. It was just very, like, honestly disappointing watching it because I really expected him to do more of a job controlling how people spoke because it was always calling out certain people while the other person who is actually bad just stayed there doing whatever they wanted to do. It's just like, come on. So now we're going to start off from the beginning, which was Katrina versus, it was not actually a versus, Katrina versus Janelle versus Clinton. So I'm going to pull up the clip as we usually do,
Lord
and then we'll
help.
have our
Hashtag
commentary
combative
after.
mediocrity, ladies and gentlemen, at display.
Oh, come on.
Now let's lighten the load up a little bit. With our singles beginning to find their way, it was time for a little R&R. But what started as rest and relaxation ended more rowdy than romantic. Woohoo! Let's see what went down during the Ready to Love retreat. Yeah.
To peace, love, life, prosperity, black excellence, and may all your ups and downs only be in the bedroom.
Amen.
You don't. Okay, I would have never guessed that.
I don't like being
She's naked in your apron. Why is he naked? You're interesting. Why are you naked? I'll leave you for
Girl,
5 minutes.
bucket naked.
You don't have no clothes on.
Janelle is always somewhere close lurking.
You know I'm not sharing. Well, girl, you're not. He's mine. So I don't mind sharing for this moment.
It's just like I can never have a full conversation with this man without her having something slick to say.
How do you feel about gender roles?
Ooh.
If God has sent me to be your helpmate, he's not going to send someone who can't carry the same weight that you can.
I'm not carrying no weight on man.
I ain't carrying no weight.
Well, we know.
Oh, yo.
No,
Listen.
wait. You have the attitude a little bit,
I'm not getting any
Your attitude.
I'm
It's
going to
not
give all
you.
the attitude.
Relax, y'all. Chill.
Hold on. I got it.
You could calm it
The
down
attitude
and learn
is
how
going
to
to
respect when you're talking
be
to
what
people.
the attitude is.
The snappiness that she's been having throughout this process, I'm over it.
She's just rude.
Because when I say something, then it's too much.
No, you're just a rude ass bitch.
Yeah, I can be all of those things, but I'm the bitch that's here.
Good for you, Janelle. Congratulations.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty. How does it feel to reflect?
Oh, Janelle, this cool.
Hashtag combative
Is what
lunch.
it is. Q,
What's up, man?
what do you think it all went wrong, man?
You know what? I don't know. I don't think anything conspired from, me and Kat's interaction earlier, but apparently it may have had some play in that. So,
Katarina, seems like you guys had tension throughout the whole trip. What do you think the underlying reason for all of that?
A difference of opinion is okay. For me, it's how people talk to me. It's the language, and I feel like Janelle can be very belittling.
Yes.
And my biggest issue with her is, even though we had a difference of opinion, it's like I can hear you out, that I have a different opinion from you. You get very like just
combative.
And for me, like, I don't know, Janelle just rubs me the wrong way. Like the way that she addresses people, it just comes off rude. And that's just the easiest way I can say.
Rude. Come on, Catalina.
So is it because she rubs you the wrong way that you took that?
She addresses me the wrong way. I'm not the only person that feels that way.
I really want to see how Q gonna defend
that's
this.
what I'm trying to hear this.
Not
So she
Dr.
rubs you the
Quentin
wrong
in the
way,
house.
and then y'all have a difference in opinion. You don't think that plays into factors?
She didn't rub me the wrong way until she started talking to me disrespectfully. So let me just clear that up real quick. It wasn't like, oh, I see her. I'm not a mean girl. I just don't like her. It was the interaction and the way she speaks to me that rubbed me the wrong way.
But you're the one that actually called her out of her name, though, right?
I did. It was, yeah, I did.
Right.
Oops.
You don't think that? Janelle, what's your take on this?
You know, Tommy, what's so interesting about this process
Oh, here we
is
go.
the obsession with me.
Girl, bye.
I'm sorry.
You are not Mariah Carey.
Please.
You are not
Nice,
Mariah
very.
Carey.
Girl, nobody is obsessed with you.
Very obsessed.
Stop it.
I'm 42 years old.
You have an issue with everyone on the cast. Like, let's cut the
Obsession.
Let's let her finish.
Obsession, girl.
Go ahead. Janelle, proceed.
I'm 42 years old. I've been in some rooms with some extraordinary people, and I've never once in my life felt insecure.
No one
Yet my
is obsessed
presence,
with you.
by me simply
We
walking
do
the
not
room,
give a
challenges their
care.
mediocrity. And that is not my problem.
You're so delusional.
And it will not be my problem.
Right.
And see,
So
also with these
delusional.
girls, there is never
Listen, y'all, I said in the chat, Janelle needs to pack up her delusions and move to her own island. Like, this woman is off her shit, okay? Like, and I'm gonna tell you something. Anytime you have to throw out your accolades and your accomplishments all the time, that's because there's some insecurity that you have with yourself. So you have to boast and brag about yourself to make yourself feel better than better than what you do.
Absolutely right.
If you truly are feeling some type of way or threatened by someone else's presence, you're going to start doing things that reflect that. And that's exactly what Janelle does. Like, you could tell Janelle grew up, everybody has, some type of fear, phobia, or something that they might have gone through. As a, thicker woman, being teased about being bigger, I'm pretty sure she went through that. So you're not going to tell me you didn't have those insecurities growing up, and you're not going to tell me that they've gone away, because that's something that you said too and brought up. I've had this body, but this face never comes back void. You're very superficial. Very superficial.
Yeah, I agree with that. For sure.
Oh, Janelle.
And look, not Dr. Quentin in the house with his diagnosis of what's going on. But, the thing that really got to me, and I talked with Gigi about this, because on Janelle Live, she says she designed a mug for HBO. Well, last time I checked, Issa Rae has a multi-year deal with HBO while you designing mugs. So who really winning? We're just talking about accomplishments. And also, too, here's the thing, right? Janelle, you said, and I quote, that it was Chris's right to say the word combative, right? That's his experience. Meanwhile, when someone else is giving their experience on you, it ain't cool. So we're going to be fair to everybody for them giving their experience, or is it just selective to, if it makes you look good, great, say I'm the best thing ever. But if not, keep your ass away from me. So what we doing here? Because that, and not to mention, Tommy, I love you, bro. I really do. But did you not see the same clip that everyone else did? Janelle said, "Oh, we know." That would make anybody rise up. Okay, so, and if we're talking about weight, well, I mean, we see Kat and we see Janelle. Not trying to go there, but she said, "Oh, we know." So at least Kat. And here's the thing, too. Let me say this, and then I'll end my plan. I think when Sierra and Kat were talking about carrying weight, I think they were talking about emotional weight, because there's some emotional stuff that you do not want to carry in your own relationship that you work through yourself personally. I think that's what they were talking about. But because Janelle wanted to be the top A student, might have been tapping to get that A. We don't know, but just saying. At the end of the day, to me, it seems like it was so high school that she was the popular girl and like a majorette, while Kat and everybody else was on the star squad. And because they existed, it ruined her high school experience. Child, please stop, move on, go to sleep. I want to be your damn chair. You made me so disappointed.
Now, something I want to say is going to sound very mean because I'm going to use her words and throw them back at her. She said, one, the girls are obsessed with her, and probably if they were rubbing off on the guys, maybe Kat will not be single. But the same can be said for you. Girl, you're how old? If you were that exceptional, you would not be single and struggling to look for love at that age. If you were so in the market, if everybody was all around you, you would not be unready to love looking for a man. Come on. I've seen women way uglier than Janelle that have multiple men knocking at their door every single day. So why is you, a very high class, premium, very beautiful lady, the queen of the world as you see yourself, struggling to get married? Oh, and for you guys I do not know, Quentin and her are no longer together. So she practically went to the show, embarrassed herself, did all this, and you're no longer with the guy. Come on.
We knew they wasn't together.
She was a very disparaging comment on our Instagram, trying to bash everybody coming for her, said everybody should go get their mentals. I was like, come on. I try to understand that either she was probably bullied while young, because I can't believe someone can be this rude, mean. You're very self-conscious. She just needs to be honest. Janelle is honestly very self-conscious. For you to be noticing things that differentiate you from women, every single woman there, and you have beef with every single woman.
Right.
She can see the difference, the way the other cast were reacting to Janelle. That already shows us what happened.
Absolutely. And not to mention too, on the place where I saw the episode, the comments were even saying Janelle was doing the most. Now it's one thing if one person says it, but if everybody on social media and everybody doing their reviews are saying the same thing about you, there's got to be something sweet in the Kool-Aid about you. Real talk.
When Marvin said that she was being combative, I said, shit, everybody sees it. No wonder why her and Jessica was, and I'm going to say was, because in her live, she mentioned who her friends were and who she fucked with, and Jessica's name was not one of them.
Yep.
So I'm going to say was her friends. And then you have, you know what I'm saying, this energy that you're giving off, just like with Tranquilla. What was the point of you making a comment about the feather? Did nobody else say shit about it? Plenty of people walked past it, walked over, seen it. Nobody picked it up, made a smart ass comment, but you had to be the one knowing that there was some beef going on. And it's mighty funny that right before everybody went to the back, Jessica was sitting next to you and spoke about, oh, I feel like she's trying to fight. Tranquilla didn't say shit about wanting to fight. She didn't say nothing about it, but you made sure to make an issue to get her rowdy enough to want to fight. And now you're going, to make it like, oh, look, she was coming for me. No, girl, you start shit and then you expect people to what? Back down? No.
Absolutely. And that's the thing too. It's like, if you're going to be upset with the word combative, match the energy with everybody. Just match the energy with everybody. Now, I will say this: Sierra did not deserve that, because Sierra was just sitting right there. Honestly, Sierra. I'm listen. I think if they do Ray Love make a move again with these females, I think Sierra deserves a second chance.
I agree.
Real talk. Because she has some substance that really didn't get shown on TV. And honestly, I would give Sierra a chance before Janelle. Real talk.
The men on this show and the women on the show really never matched each other. You know what I mean? It never ever. I never felt like they were on a balanced playing field. Like some of them, I don't really feel like all the women were attracted to all of the men, and at times I don't feel like all of the men were attracted to all of the women. I don't really see that. I don't really see that at all.
I mean, a game of Uno is easier to play than watching this show.
Yeah,
and that gets dangerous. Okay, put down 2 draw 4s and see what happens to you in the game. Okay,
and like Gigi was saying, I do feel like now I really see what she was saying. I really do feel like there was alliance built because it's no way that the 2 couples that lasted are even communicating. That looked so bad. That looked very bad. Janelle and Quentin just they were just like they was having sex together, and that's it. That's the only thing I seen.
And it don't even seem like, I mean, even if they did have sex, we all know that Quentin, that's all he wanted was sex from Janelle. That was the whole plan. And her being Mama Bear or whatever you want to call, she had that man in the sunken place and kind of still does. Because even the way he was acting on the live was like, he still had to put on the persona and the face that they're like really, working on something knowing they're not. Because I'm going to tell you something. The way that Red came in and was even saying how him and Janelle still talk and interact. There was no comment, no comeback from Janelle. Look.
Like, let me even play the part where he talked about their relationship. It was so obvious that he was trying so hard not to talk about it, but people kept asking about our relationship. It was so crazy.
What's the problem? You were like, oh, y'all mute. Like, I just don't like being disrespected. My whole thing.
When we dated after the show, it made it on the phone a couple times talking to Janelle about it because it was really frustrating because I had done so much healing on myself that I thought I was ready to embark on a relationship. And so it was frustrating to now be done with the show, start to date Janelle, and not be ready. And so, no, unfortunately, we are not dating. So there's your answer.
So wait a minute. It done took you. So wait a minute. So it done took you some time to figure out the place where you really wanted to be ready to love, but turns out y'all weren't really ready. Yes, I used the lyrics of the theme song back at Quinn and Janelle. Yes, it did. Yes,
Janelle tries to match, likes the sweet, and runs away. If she was in a room with Shaquilla, she would be at the point. Shaquilla will match our energy bumper to bumper. 2 of them, I said last week, 2 of them are the same dumb person. It's just that people are seeing Shaquilla because she's like way more outspoken. But this episode, all gloves were off from Janelle. This is an example of an insecure, fast lady who is actually pretty, who for once feels like, oh, she's on top of the world. Because why would you limit your beauty or your importance to winning some ugly dude? Like, I just don't understand. As Katrina and everybody has said, Quincy was never at the top of anybody. So the fact that he was your prize and you limited your importance in the entire show to winning this dude because it's some sort of like prize, it's killing me. And for you to come out ranting about how you're an independent woman, you're blah, 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 you work for this, you work, who fucking cares? Okay, you work for this, and now you're a single bitter woman.
Yeah.
One, it's just no surprise that they're not dating. We all knew this. But that is the question. What was the prize? Because she said, oh, I won. They're mad because I won. They're jealous of me. Like, what did you win? Because Quentin was not a prize. He was not even on the top list, the 1 or the 2. And half the ladies didn't even want him to be in their 3-friend list. So how can you sit there and say, like, you know what I'm saying? This is why I said, and I've been saying that there was an alliance made. You could see it. The matchup just wasn't matching. You understand? Like, it just wasn't making any sense out of connections. If you truly was looking for someone to love, someone to be ready to spend your life with and move forward with, you would actually date with purpose. And being 42 years old, what'd she say, 44? She said, listen, to be in your 40s. Okay, listen, to be in your 40s and not be dating with a purpose, this shows that 1, you're not ready to love, and 2, you probably never will be.
And
at this point, You need to figure out, at this point, you should know where you want to be in life. And you
Right.
would not align yourself with a man who sense of future and whose, understanding of what they want in the future does not align with yours. Come on now. It doesn't make sense.
Now, now I just want to say this. Now, Janelle gets upset when other people go live to give their experience, but when she goes live, it's gospel. If they go live to say nana and a boo boo to you not being a winner, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear a thing. I don't want to hear Kat, Aries, Lee. I don't want to hear none of the Being Mean Girls to you. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the beginning, middle, end of the day, you lost. So if they go live to say that you lost because of who you are, they got a right to, because you showed yourself. Because that's exactly what she gonna do. Well, I did say we hit some bumps and bruises. No, Quinn said y'all not together. Well, we're not, but that doesn't mean that this is a race around the block or a victory lap around. No, it's a victory lap because you got called out, and this time you actually got to own it. You can't run away from it this time.
The one thing about the show is, as far as Janelle, she was on the show for something totally different. Once she knew that her love was not there, the only thing she wanted to do was stay on the show and didn't want to lose. That was her biggest thing. She just did not want to lose. She didn't want to get kicked off the show. She didn't want to go through none of that process. To her, that was embarrassing. You know what I mean?
That's why she emphasized that she won. It was a game.
Exactly.
You're right. You were so right. It changed. You're right.
Now, one thing I respected about Lee was like, okay, I see this foolishness going on. I'm not going to sit here and be a part of this. I'm going to go ahead and bow out. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, if you're really there searching for love and you know your love is not there, just go ahead and bow out. You know what I mean? Unless you're just going to sit around for the ride. I mean, all respect to Kat. You know what I'm saying? Kat. But, you know what I'm saying? I guess Kat came in the process late anyway. She said, I might as well hang around. But her realizing, like, okay, she's not losing nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm here. But just because I did not leave with somebody does not mean I lost.
No, facts. And for somebody who said that they could give two damns about being on the show, you really was pressed to be at the end, though.
Heck yeah. You 41 years old choosing somebody that's what, 29, and he want kids and you don't want kids. You just take it to the date.
That's why I said the alignment wasn't fair. Like the alignment. Exactly. Like it was there. She said it. He said it. Come on. It didn't make sense. And the ones that were in the alliance who made it to the end, who wanted to be so badly the winners of this show, who didn't win shit literally, are not together. They have nothing to show for. What is it that you won? Tell me. Because one, you didn't win no $50,000, $100,000 grand prize. No. You didn't win a paid vacation trip to such and such, such and such. You don't even have a relationship. So what did you win besides you won it thinking that you manipulated the world to think that y'all was together? That. What did you win?
Yeah.
You're not getting this whole thing.
But that's
everybody's going on and on and on about Janelle, and everybody's like avoiding looking at Quentin, because Quentin was there seconding every single rubbish that she had to say. It was almost like he was scared of her not even. It was like, I don't know, the vibes I was getting was almost like a scared child.
He was in the sunken place.
Crazy.
He was in a sunken place. It really did. How many times did I say it seemed like he was like, that was her mama bear, or that was her nephew. Like that was auntie. I have said that so many times, like the way she acted, that's a no. I'm gonna keep a rein on you. Like you better, like, that's one of them. When we get in this store, you better not ask for nothing. Don't touch nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Like that was one of them moments. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think it was kind of bigger. I think it was kind of bigger than that, because remember when she said, "Bae, you catch a fish." Well, it looks like that big bait just reeled you in, didn't it?
Braylon, listen here, Braylon, sir, Braylon.
I'm being very,
Okay,
I'm being
listen,
very
baby,
cavalier with the terminology.
listen, baby, did you catch a fish, baby? Oh, that's so sweet. Hey, don't get to, hey, don't go to the edge of that deck. Stay close to your Uncle Jimmy. Stay, Jimmy, watch him. He don't have on no life jacket. Watch him. He can't swim. His stupid ass mama ain't teaching.
Well, see, listen, I know that you.
That's what that gave.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't want to stay close to Uncle Jimmy, because I know you don't care about him. You just want to make sure that I'm alive, so the milk supply won't run dry. Okay, all right, we can move on, everybody.
And another thing about it is,
just move on with that.
As a woman or as a man, if you are one thing about a man is if you're not respected from other men, you know what I'm saying? That says something about you. But if you're not welcome as a woman by other women, that just says a lot about you.
Agreed.
Janelle was never really welcome from the other women just because of her personality and who she was. Like a lot of them stayed away from her. You know what I'm saying? It's certain women on the show that were drawn to other women. Aries was one of them. Lee was one of them. Kat was one of them. You know what I mean? And they were just drawn. You can see the conversation that they have with different people and the guys as well. You know what I'm saying? Janelle, like old girl said, she's just a rude chick.
Very combative.
Very combative.
Very. Now let's move on.
You know what? I'm not dealing with this with you today. I'm not.
Wait, Janelle is going out with Red. Oh, that's crazy. Now let's move on to
No, I think they were mentioning the fact that Red and Janelle were still talking and what Red did at the end. I don't think they're actually going.
They better not, because that would just be crazy. So now we move on to the combative situation again, and the clips clips like Johnny was shown. Then they get to the final scene where it was eliminated and everything went down.
Yes.
And then they started asking.
Let me go ahead and pour some more because they said combative a lot.
Yes, they
did. Chris, you denied calling her combative for so long. Why did you not just come clean? Because clearly you said it.
Let's correct that. I said we have combative situations. I did not call her combative, and all the guys called her combative at one point.
Right. He said it twice in the interview. Like, she's combative. She's combative. It's cool. Just say you said it.
Janelle, stop. Stop, Janelle.
Mario, come on, man. You never
try and be the school teacher, trying to hold everybody account, but you can't hold yourself to account. Stop.
My brother. Bro, you talk about all this deep black stuff, but you're not exuding it. Don't act like that.
Hold on.
Not the deep black
We had
stuff.
this combative moment. We had this combative moment. I think it's a little combative. And then in the day, you say you are combative.
If the question was very specific and direct, say, did you say it? Yes, you did say it. Period.
Clearly you said this. What I see that I did not see is how we spoke to the sister. You got to understand. Chris, that's out of line.
Absolutely, and that's why I apologize to her. And even to this day right now, I will apologize for what I said. I'm never going to apologize for how she made me feel.
Why were you emotional?
Because I'm sitting in front of someone that has no regard for myself or anybody else. It's making me think like you don't really understand me.
What is she saying that's triggering this?
The bullying, the antagonistic behavior throughout the whole process.
Amen, Chris. I believe you.
But is it throughout the whole process? Because you guys were a connection at the beginning.
Yes, Tommy, but she's still antagonizing other people, even with the women, the remarks.
What was said?
With Tequila. Y'all taking shots.
I didn't say anything to Tequila.
You're company
I'm
of it,
standing there. I did not say anything to her.
No.
Let's just keep it above. That's not what it is. If your issue, whatever it may be, I had disconnected from her, I didn't want to have a connection with her, then why continue the facade for 4 or 5 more weeks?
We was already severed before we went on that trip. Now,
because I had
again,
already
hold
told
on.
Tommy I wanted to disconnect and let you love the other ladies. Did I not say that?
Again.
Did I not say
that? Absolutely, and that's why I apologize.
Hold on. Did I not say that?
Okay, he's like going for
we're not mute, sweetheart. Listen to the conversation. I don't have to answer you when you ask me or my mom.
Come on, Kat.
Let's keep the energy down. We're sitting here and we're listening to both perspectives. You're right, because I don't deal with bitches like you. Moving along.
Honestly, I feel like Jessica is combative. And if someone's displaying that, they're going to be called that. Oh, yeah.
There it is.
What's wrong with the word combative? Because if I'm being combative, I want you to let me know that so that I can fix that trait.
So let me say this. At the end of the day, let's just agree to disagree. But let's agree on this, that we got to speak to our sisters the right way.
Come on, Tommy.
That's the bottom line, Chris.
Absolutely.
At all times, we got to speak to our women with the
Absolutely.
utmost respect.
Even though where the magnitude it went to, she still doesn't deserve me saying that. My feelings were true, and I can't deny that. But it's just the terminology, the verbiage. So yeah, I'm always apologize to her.
But it's not even the verbiage. It's just the
So you gonna
action.
accept it? It's just,
I
like,
was
I'm
really,
genuinely
hold on. Did I not say that? Oh, okay, they mutes. Got it.
We're not mute.
Checking in with Kira. Things are about to get spicier than a Texas chick.
I said,
All right. So much happened here. And by the way, hashtag not red turning Janelle's tables. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is, with this with this situation here, I get that Chris said it, right? But I just want to bring up a point that Jessica said, if I may. When she said that, why carry it on for 4 to 5 weeks? In order for something to carry on, somebody has to give a damn about it. So who gave a damn about it? Jessica. Who carried that? I'm just asking questions, right? Because you got upset with Grand Marnier for using the word combative. Now, as Aries said in the ladies' lounge, that if, Grand Marnier could have used any word. If you're not combative, he would have chose a different word. So once again, I really am confused. By the way, y'all, go to Jessica's website, type in combative 20 for 20% off of combative coffee. That's coming soon. But that's neither here nor there. Look, we try to help black businesses, Solana. We try to help black businesses around here. Yes, black wealth. But the point is, Jessica, for you to throw that responsibility onto Chris, you were the biggest one, being the bone collector and giving a care about it. You took on that responsibility to be the victim that much so you can have a storyline on TV. Come on now.
Okay, but listen to this. Okay, one, let's just say they gonna have me over here slurred. I got shit to do later. Listen. Yes, Bianca, I'm drinking. Okay, listen. Y'all seen how many times combative has been used. So every time. Hashtag. So, but listen, Jessica, it really gets me with the not taking accountability. Like, listen, as black women, listen, I am all for, one, black culture, definitely black women, because we get underestimated, we get, overshadowed, we get abused, there's so many things that happen to us that just never even gets taken care of just because, one, we are black and women. So I say that to say this. Just because I'm for black culture does not mean that I am for the fuck shit. Do not use a man calling you combative if that's what you was and try to take it and use it in a malicious way. Mm-hmm. Just as well as Christopher, we talked about that. The way he spoke to her, what he said, he was wrong. We talked about that. He has come out and apologized. He has, actually given an explanation of really what was meant by the statement, what happened, all of those things. But also, that does not give us as women the right to talk to a man any kind of way, make him feel less than, and then expect him to respect us or look at us the same way. Just like it would be the same for us. If a man talks down to us, disrespects us, and makes us feel like shit, you're not going to look at him the same. Mm-hmm. Period, point blank. So we can't keep living in this, you got to give me respect and I'm not going to give you shit but hard times, and, make it seem like you're in the wrong and I'm in the right.
Agreed.
Jessica took a word that actually has a meaning of, it's really not as bad as you think. She took a word combative and made it sound like he was calling her a black bitch, stupid, like threatened her life. It was malicious. It was heinous. It's like, girl, Like, come on. And then Marier twisted that shit because he didn't even have to say it.
No,
You didn't give Marier that energy when he repeated it.
that
So
part.
where
And not to mention, too, if I recall, there was a conversation that the Giselle Bryant and Robin Dixon Ray Love had at the getaway where Janelle asked, hey, listen, they come on TV, Solana, I just talk about, it is what it is. But the point is, there was a conversation that Janelle and Jessica had of how do you feel about Marier? And Jessica said, I don't trust any of these people. That included Graham Marier. So at that point, you were basically done with him mentally. So it's interesting how at the end, we all know the speech, ever since you came into my life, I've been so lost without you. I have not had the capacity, capability, or comprehension to understand I could be more than what I give myself credit for. Really? Really? But yeah, you were mentally done with him at the getaway? I make it make sense.
You know what? What I have to say, I feel like you guys are going to jump me. You guys already know where I stand in this situation.
We try not to be combative with each other.
wrong.
Go ahead.
Come on. So I'm going to look at both Chris and Jessica's side. Looking at Chris answering that question.
Hold on. You said you gonna look at Chris side?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't
Got to
worry,
be
you're going to
good.
hear what I have to say.
Oh.
So looking at Chris's reaction when he was asked the question about that whole combative situation,
yes,
he was clearly diverting everybody's attention to someone else. As much as I feel or I felt then that Maria did the whole telling her that, some people felt you were combative out of spite so that she would face him and leave Chris, because to date, there's nothing to disprove that point. He should have just said, yes, I felt you were combative, and that's all. Because he took a lot of explanation before he got to, that was how I felt. That was all he needed to have said. I'm sorry about how it came across to you, but facts were facts. If I was in his position, I would even quote the definition of combative to show you that it has nothing or no negative connotation. It's just that the word comes up strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to try to string the other men along and put them into they also call that combative.
Yes.
There is nothing to prove whatever you are saying. No clip, no nothing, no text, no voice note. So you saying it just makes you look guilty, even though what you said was not wrong. Because why are you trying to rope other people in so that everybody will be guilty of saying the same thing? Even if they said the same thing, we have nothing to prove that they said it. And that was just like, I'm like, why? And then trying to, by force, like Moira to agree that he said it, was just like, it was so unnecessary. So I felt like Chris should have just manned up there. Like I said, Chris' problem to me is communication. Where he ought to put his foot down and be like, I said it, and this is what I meant, and this is how I said it. And I hate the fact that people keep saying that he called her combative in that gentleman's lounge. He said, and I quote, we had a combative situation. For my way to still claim, even though the clip was played again, that he said she was combative is weird. Because, dude, how do you know what he said in the confessionals? You obviously knew how she was going to feel, because for you to start feeling bad after saying that sentence, you knew the gravity, you know the kind of person Jessica is. You knew she was going to be offended by saying that. And then you said it on purpose and started moping around like some victim. Come on, please, that does not play with me at all.
Well,
So
and that's where the alliance came in.
Was wrong. Then Jessica on her own, I feel like probably she could have gone to check the dictionary to understand that this is not such a negative word, and she's just like reacting based off emotions. Because even there, she tried so that was right. But I think my network is breaking. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, you're skipping a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
And that shows combativeness, because that entire conversation was every single person from Chris to Katerina to Jessica. In this conversation in the reunion, every single person was combative. And that's that's it. Because I was telling my sister, okay, let's say we change the word from combative to argumentative. And I was like, I gave her an example because combative and argumentative can be used in exchange. I was like, okay, I tell you that I was in an argumentative situation with my boyfriend. What does that mean? It means that we argued and both of us carried equal blame for an argument. Then you then go tell someone that you argued with me, or I said you were argumentative. That just proves that I was quiet. Meanwhile, you were just arguing. Basically, you've changed the entire scenario. And that is exactly what happened here.
You know what? I think that's... No, go ahead, Q. I'm sorry.
They said the old terminology, what the old saying is, a hit dog will do what? Holler. That's what it was. She a hit dog and she holler. But on what you were saying, one thing, Una, that was so true to me that I was thinking it before you said it, was Chris. Chris didn't have to pull the other guys into his foolishness. That blew. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, if you the combative name came out of your mouth so many times, and you write about communication, what he could have said was, okay, in those moments, the whole combative situation, and explain how you felt and your point of view. Instead of sitting here saying, I wasn't the only one saying combative. Everybody else come get under the bus with me. You know what I'm saying? Mario was saying this person was saying combative, that. I'm like, bro, why you didn't say, okay, I said it, let's move past it? Because he was quick to apologize about anything and everything else.
Let me ask this, Q. And by the way, Gigi, I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You're going to need a 2-hour nap after this damn panel. I swear to God. But let me give the other side.
Listen, hold on, I can't, because I gotta go check out Vista to see about Love and Marriage Huntsville. So
that's true. That's very true.
Because I'm on locations. For those who don't know, I'm actually on location. Well, I'm real close to LA right now, so gonna check out some things. Hopefully,
yes, indeed. And hopefully all goes well. Let me give the other side, right? What if Chris, and I'm not saying this word for Gigi Drink, I'm really giving another side here. What if Chris would have owned up to saying that he did say the word combative? Would have Jessica let it go? That's the real question.
No, because there was an alliance that was already created. Because listen, before the combative issue was really truly a combative issue, shit, I need to drink twice. Hold on.
See, let me tell you.
I just took a gulp.
Even if she had not let it go, it would have given him a safer soft landing. Because now everybody was like, what is he saying? What is he doing? On your words, on your shit, and be like, oh, if I was pissed, I would have actually called that Moirida. When did I say combative? Were you my confessionals? I said combative situation. But yes, I did say you were combative. End of. She would have been mad. I've said it several times that she would have actually been mad if he had owned up to it in front of everybody.
That
now,
part.
owning up to it, it's about saving your own image.
No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I think that would have been a good soft landing, but there is no point in trying to have a soft landing if that person is still going to be an asshole about it. Because it's almost like marriage therapy or marriage counseling. The therapist says, okay, if that happened 20 years ago, if you're going to let it go, let it all go. Don't let it go a fifth or a quarter or a half. You got to let it all go. Because what would have happened was, and I feel like Jessica is one of these people, you could do something that's in the vein of what you did back then, and she'll bring it up just to be like, oh, well, looks like you just got combative energy like you always do. What? Didn't you say you were going to forgive me? So I agree that saying it would have helped his image, but if she would have let it go, well, I'm sorry, if she did let it go, then would have continued. But there's the off chance of somebody stepping up and be like, okay, wait, Jessica, okay, you said that he needs to apologize, right? This is almost like the Patrick Star thing of, is this your card? Is this your license? For those of you who remember that episode. So, Jessica, you said that you agreed with his apology, right? Yes, I did. So you're not going to bring it up again? No. Okay. Now, from this point on, if she says Chris is combative at any point, then everybody has the right to get on her. And I don't think she can handle that. That's what I'm saying to you.
No, she can't.
Listen, she was not going to change her mind about anything because that alliance had already been made, okay? When Chris stopped losing interest because he wanted her to be softer, and he actually asked her, he said, the way that you are with other people, I don't want you to be that way with me. I need someone that can be soft with me because I'm soft with them. That is not too much to ask for. There's nothing wrong with being soft with your
But
mate.
it was too much to ask for because she's not soft.
Exactly, she's not. But if you can compromise in a situation, and honestly, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you find someone that you truly, truly want to be with and truly fit with, something such as that will not even seem like a compromise.
Exactly.
It'll just seem like,
I don't agree with that statement.
really?
I don't know. I don't.
I
Before
agree.
we go into the next
Listen,
topic,
I'm
there's a
telling you,
reason why I will not
some
agree.
things that might seem, like it's just so hard and so tough to do, and you just fight it and don't want to do it. That's because that relationship sometimes isn't really where it's supposed to be, or
That's
really,
just
what it's supposed to be. But I'm telling you, if you find that person
that's
that
just you
you're really
saying.
supposed to be with, some things that might be harder or were hard in other relationships won't be as hard. It's not going to feel like such a job. It's not going to feel
I
like you are like putting
don't agree.
yourself out in order to, be with that person.
Jessica, just
Because
it's
if
so
she's
deep in her. My fault not to cut you off, but it's so
no,
deep in her about how Jessica is. Jessica been that way for a very long time.
That part.
She been that, and the thing about it, she's on Ready to Love for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she don't go back there and learn, okay, this is who I am. You know what I mean? This is what I need to change about myself. She's gonna be single for a very long time. Cause ain't no way Grandma Ye gonna sit there and put up with that. She gonna be wearing the pants. You know what
And
I'm
not to
saying?
mention too, and I said this many times before with my commentary on Clubhouse and on YouTube. If what I'm saying ain't true, don't get upset with me. But if you get upset with me, it must be true to some degree. Because usually what happens with social media is you'll see somebody post something, and guess what? 10 times out of 10, it's not even about you. Because guess what? What you saw on social media has probably been said to you many times before from family and friends in your past, and then finally culminate with somebody that you have no association with, but you're going to do outrageous overshadowing to be the victim when you know that's your damn truth. Happens every time.
I don't agree. Before we move to Kira, I am of like the opposite opinion. Like I keep telling people, oh, when you date somebody and you're like, oh, you want this and this from this kind of person, and you expect the person to change. Someone like Jessica, she can't change. She won't change. You will start accommodating instead of expecting people to
Exactly.
change. And I think
Yeah,
that's
a
the
person
problem
like
we're having
Jessica,
now because now
absolutely. But
everybody wants people to change. There are people that you will just have to accommodate, and people like Jessica are, because I feel like if she doesn't have any reason to argue, she would not. She doesn't come up across as someone that just wants to argue. No. It seems like when she's at offense, she would argue. So, and it's like, I don't really think it's a bad thing, but when they tell you something about you, most people do not want to hear anything about them. So I don't feel like it's because it's the truth about her. That's why she's being so like out there. But I don't think she's going to change for whoever she marries. I think whoever she ends up with will just have to accommodate her. But now,
listen, what I was saying does not apply to all people, because some people, as I said, it's just like with business. Listen, everyone deserves to be successful and wealthy, but some people, aren't meant to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is in relationships. Some people in relationships, they're, things will come easier than a mesh. Some people just will never change, and it is what it is. And you have people who are willing to settle and sacrifice and go ahead and accommodate as much as possible. But there are those who have done that and aren't willing to do that anymore. And, once they find their person, it won't seem like accommodation. It'll seem like, actual, I don't know. It feels like true teamwork. Like it feels like, really building it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more positive, but yeah, Jessica's not that. Yeah, that does not apply to Jessica or Janelle.
so yeah, we can tell they were combative after they tried to confront the men and get away like protesters. But now let's move on to Kira. So I was happy that this Kira part was actually giving an entire segment in the reunion, because I feel it gave more insights, and at the end of the day, it made more people look bad than giving more like explanation. So let's get into the clip.
You are not ready to love. All right, here. How did you go from being the fun, bubbly girl to this whole culture thing?
I was really baffled with Marie. Like, I think that you shouldn't box me into this is someone who acts black. But he did, and I think that it stemmed from me saying, hey, Q, I also think that you date white women.
Marie.
I was actually more concerned for her, like, yo, I don't know what a connection would look like between me and you because of my lifestyle. I'm a part of a small sector of Black consciousness. That is a different level than just like Beyonce concerts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you started to explain, you were like, I have Black family, I do Black business. And I was kind of baffled by that. I was like, I have Black family, I do Black business. So now you're saying some different things, but go ahead, continue on.
Honestly, I said that from day one. I think I may be too Black for her.
Bruh, do you not see that I'm Black?
You too Black for somebody. Too strong, too combative, tomato.
I'm not taking a gab as to, Kira got to get her together. No, it's not.
Notice how Jessica didn't have the same energy.
Into a position where she would feel uncomfortable.
I guess it's how you present it. You have to be fit in this box to be accepted in this Black culture. And I feel like maybe this is how Quentin felt when I said something about him liking white women. And that's when Janelle was like, did her thing. And so.
Where'd you get that from?
He's from Florida. He's probably not quote unquote white women, maybe Latino women. Maybe I should have said that.
So if you're from Florida, it makes you want a certain nationality.
But that's just that's the vibe he gave me. That's it. I think that we all prejudge each other. Half of this cast prejudge me.
Facts.
People prejudge people all the time. But when I do it, it seems offensive. But when other people do it, it's like acceptable.
Okay. So
first, hold on. Can I tag in? I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This time I need to jump in. I apologize. Listen, y'all can go ahead and say that it's the combative coffee I'm drinking right now.
Combative 20 at Jessica's website for 20%.
Yeah, listen. Combative 21. Okay, listen. Listen. Kira, I can understand Kira to a point, but also let's go back. Let's not forget. Kira, my dear, you were the same one who made the comment when you were speaking upon Quentin liking white women and saying that you technically would be the whitest one there. Honey, you have an identity issue somewhere. Because to even make that comment, and this was at a point where I kind of agreed with Janelle, and I said a thing that I agreed with Janelle when she said, what is the prize saying that you are the closest thing to being a white woman?
Right.
Like, I agreed with that. Because what was the prize? And you say that people, misjudged you. Honey, you gave us what we judged. What was judged is what we seen. And for you to make that comment, that there right makes it where I can understand Grand Marnier. I can understand it. Where he said, listen, our culture and where do we stand? It doesn't align. Because it doesn't.
I don't understand Maury. I'm sorry. Maury sounds like all these people that being black is everything about them. It's not like it's a bad thing, but listening to her perspective, you know how the editing now, I'm so mad about that editing that happened without her saying I have black uncles. Now I totally understand why she said that. And it's that was a very normal response to this question, because you're saying, oh, I deal with black people, I have black uncles. I too will tell you I have black, like I'm black. So what exactly are you saying? And they conveniently edited that thing to make her look stupid, because everybody was like, why will you say you have black cousins, you have black uncles? Now it puts it into perspective. Now for her, the fact that she still doesn't understand that people telling you you act like a white woman or you're the closest thing to a white woman, and she doesn't still understand that it's an insult, it's like mind-boggling. She's so out of tune.
Right.
Like she doesn't just understand what she's doing or what she's saying. And I think that's what's the problem. Because I don't think Kira is coming from a bad place. Honestly, I don't think so. She just doesn't know that what she's doing is bad.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And you're right. But it's like, is it that she doesn't know, or is it that she honestly kind of in a way takes it as a compliment when people say it, so she likes it? Because for her to turn around and say it herself, she said what she said with pride, though. You have to understand that. What she said with pride. Exactly. So she doesn't see her saying that. But her, or you saying that she, might not know that it's wrong. Like, no, she knows, but she likes it. This is something that is like, she said that, listen here, James Brown, I'm black and I'm proud. That's Grand Marnier. She's more so, on the other side.
Right.
And listen, and I'm gonna tell you, I love all kind of music. I used to fall asleep to CMT all the time. I listen to country music. I grew up in a country town. I understand. But honey, you will never, ever catch me saying, oh my God, I mixed up the thing to a white woman.
Please stop. Please, I don't like. I don't like that voice. Not here, not there, not anywhere. Sam, I am. Q, you wanted to say something? Then I'm gonna come in right after you.
Yeah, the blow part about all this right here is the African Americans. You know what I mean? It's still an identity problem. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think it really stems from. And it's a blow, and not to go that deep about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody want to feel accepted. You know what I'm saying? And so I can understand why Carrie would feel that way. But on the back end of it, you know what I'm saying? Grandma is like, this is where I stand, and this is where I am, and this is, you know what I mean, this is what I exude, and you know what I mean, this is who I am. You know what I mean? So they're looking at everything from two different stances of blackness. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that kind of that's really just getting tossed around that should never even been tossed around in the first place, because there's no definition of how a black man should act, or you know what I mean, this is what he should do and this is what he should stand for, you know what I'm saying? But I wish that we all would just accept each other for who we are as black people.
No, I agree. Just like Barbara Reed said, Jessica knows her worth. That's her definition, but I don't have to accept Barbara's definition of Jessica knows her worth. Because here's the thing: if we're going to talk about worth, there's levels to worth. Okay, I don't know if
her worth. You cannot argue her worth. Jessica knows what she wants.
Okay,
she's going to get
listen,
what she wants.
You can know what you want.
We're going to say all of them know that, because that's the same with Marnier when it comes to Kira. If Marnier says that she's not aligned with how he sees his worth or his value, then that's the same. And that's the same with Kira. If Kira says that she don't feel like Quentin is aligned with her because she feels like he is somewhere else and he doesn't know, then that's their feelings. They know their worth and they know where they want to be. Like we all understand that. There's no argument on that.
Hang on 1 second, y'all. Here's where I'm going with this. Yes, it's important to know your worth of your standards and requirements, but that doesn't mean you get to act as an asshole, though, to other people. No, listen. Are we not?
I
Are
think
we
you
not?
are harshly judging her because of her company with Janelle. Because I don't think she's as bad as Janelle. If I'm being
No, Lord help. What I'm saying is when
Whoa,
Barbara
we're not
said,
comparing her to Janelle because that's two different comparisons.
and that's what I'm saying, right? There's nothing wrong with knowing
I mean,
your
at least
worth.
I know I'm not because, honey, no, Kira is totally different from Janelle, and how Janelle is like they're they're different.
And like I said, let me say it one more time. I agree there is nothing wrong with knowing your worth, but also too, there's a way to go about showcasing your worth. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And I've said this before too. This show is really just a moment in time for all these people. I don't believe that what we see on TV is all of who they are off screen. I try my best to be reasonable, but like at the end of the day, that may be unattractive to somebody. Character does matter. That's all I was trying to say. That's it.
Yeah.
Listen, I can definitely agree with that, but like I said, everybody should know their value and their worth, especially, at the ages that everyone, on the show is. But we can't say what their worth is. We can't tell them what to agree to and what not to agree to, what to settle for and what not to. We only observe it and we just, make the commentary on, what we see. Now, if your character plays a part in what it is that we see, that's mainly the source of what we're talking about, which I understand, Braylon. If I'm correct, that's what you're saying.
Absolutely right.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify and just make sure that, one, it's not telling someone what their value is or even commenting on their value.
Absolutely.
It's only commenting on the character of the value that they say they have for themselves.
That part. That's it. And I thank you for saying that, Gigi. And with Kira, let me say this and then I'll land. With Kira, I think that, and there's a thing called code switching, right? I think maybe Kira has not had the right environment just to rest in who she is. So she's always had to showcase something different. And I think if she's in the right environment, she could relax. But that's just my take. I don't think Kira is good or bad or anything like that. She's just human. But I think she just needs the right environment to relax, to bring out all of her. That's just me.
Well, okay. So I'm going to look at some of the comments before we continue. Jenica said, I've read this comment before. Oh, she's not so. Come on. Provost said, getting the full scoop on Kira doesn't make the optics any better. I mean, she's her person. Nobody can say it. Kira needs to work on herself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the fact that at least she was able to call out her own hypocrisy on the whole Quentin situation, because she prejudged Quentin and then she was mad that people were actually prejudging her. Because she has been in a lot of white spaces where Black men to want white women.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. And not to mention too, I know Grand Marnier brought up the Black stream of consciousness versus Beyonce concert goers. Lala Anthony, LaToya Luckett, that brother from Satima, Megan Thee Stallion, they were all at Beyonce concerts. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I bringing this point up? Because at the end of the day, we all can't be smart all the damn time. It would be too exhausting. So we need an outlet. I know he was trying to do that to showcase a point, but that's not fair. I just thought that was a little just a mute point just so he can look smarter than, what he tried to be on the reunion. But we can move on. We're not a monolith, people. Oh,
But listen,
hashtag
but okay,
stability.
hold on. Unprovoked auntie. It says, regardless of people telling you you're close to a white woman is an insult. But is it an insult when you yourself say that you are the closest thing to a white woman? Because she said it about herself. This wasn't something that someone said about her. She said that about herself. So where's the insult? When does the insult come in? Saying that you are a black man that only likes white women is an insult,
Yes.
which is what she said about someone else. It's not what someone else said about themselves. She said that about someone else.
Correct.
So there's the difference. Which one of them is, where's the insult?
I mean, I feel like that was also an indictment on black women. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of
Right.
guys.
So that's what I'm saying. And this is a real question. Like, I really want to know which one is, the true insult.
I think
And this is for everyone to honestly answer.
I think the true insult was when she boxed in Q. You know what I mean? Now, if you say something about yourself that, that is, and I think what Unprovoked Auntie is saying is that regardless of what people are telling you, you're close to a white woman is an insult. I do see that in some degree of that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you get told that you're a white woman, that could be an insultness to your blackness. Just like what Kira said, I am a black culture. I do black businesses. But I will also give Kira credit of recognizing of, wait a minute, okay, I see how I put Quentin in a box, just like I'm in a box. So she did own up to it to some degree. And she also brought up a really good point. Everybody on the cast judged each other. But it needs to be fair that everybody can have an opinion, not just be selective. So,
But another thing, them making the comment about Quentin only liking white women, that was more so. I mean, you can take that a couple ways. You know what I'm saying? You can pretty sit there and say, I'm gonna disqualify myself from talking to him because I feel like this is what he likes, and I don't feel like I'm good enough because I think he only likes white women. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes black women. Let's say sometimes, but as a man, he's a black man. You know what I'm saying? I really associate myself with only black female. Not associate, but I will only date a black female. You know what I'm saying? That just was deep and rooted in me personally. But there's nothing wrong with liking white women as well. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But on the back end of that, they might be right because Quentin didn't like none of them, and he's not talking to Janelle anymore, and you might see Quentin with a white woman at the gym. So they might be right. I would be surprised.
But yeah, we can move on.
Let's move on to Phil and
hashtag stability, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag stability.
Let's just say the clear because I'm tired.
No broke energy. No.
He doesn't like that word, but it's more
I
like
can't stand it.
you don't like stability because he ain't stable. That really wasn't even no joke. That's real. It's not about him not having a job or being broke or nothing like that. It's more just you have all these dreams that I might not be in the right season of my life to be there for you to chase all these different things. He wants to be a comedian. He wants to do he had a couple things that he wants to do.
I made a mention about stand-up comedy, but this experience brought a lot of healthy rejuvenation to want to write again. I have a full-time gig. I'm painfully employed. I'm at a loss with that one still, but for me, it's like I can't press on it because her decision is going to be for her, and I just want to respect that.
From what Phil is saying, it's solid on that end. Can that possibly change anything for you guys?
Potentially. It wasn't just one thing. It was that. It was a couple other things as well.
That was your main one.
That was a big one for me, and I feel like during that time, he wasn't able to give me that reassurance.
Maybe I can't be everything that she wants. And I'm still enough for me. She just, maybe I don't have that quality there and I can't do nothing but accept it.
That's right, Phil. You are enough.
For somebody.
Well, let's talk about it after the drink. You guys are still connected, still going on dates. A little bit, yeah. Am I right?
We had a couple. Yeah.
Okay. I like it. I mean, I can't believe I'm sitting. Y'all ain't gonna cuss each other out? Y'all ain't gonna?
No, not at all. No, I'm mad that we were sitting this far away.
I'm just joking about y'all cussing each other out. It just feels a little different right now.
No,
I've been through a lot tonight. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
it was the head motion and the matching motions for me from Nephew Tommy. Just
Listen, so you don't like the word stability, you hate the word stability, and you use the term for having a full-time job or career as a gig, which makes me feel like it's something that's not as stable because you really don't know what's going to happen to it. So it's really something that's kind of like fly by night. You know what I'm saying? Like you have it right now and it's full-time, but shit, if tomorrow comes, your ass could be let off. How can you expect a woman, a mother, a woman who has actually been through, Aries has already let it be known she's been stable. She's had, her marriages where she had stability. That's not the problem. You have to come in at least qualified somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like Phil had those qualifications, and he was upset with the fact that he could not provide and he wasn't as stable. So now this word has become something that is as a trigger instead of something that makes it sound where he's, capable and confident in himself. Like it's like saying the word stable or stability to him shrinks him. Like it, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like his kryptonite.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm waiting for the Ready to Love merch.com website where we can get the Ready to Love dictionary. The first two definitions will be combative and stability. More words to come to that dictionary. So with that being said, love you so much, really do. But no, to this point, and Aries even said this on our panel, that it wasn't really about his finances. It was about the stability in his purpose and that being crystal clear that he doesn't seem unstable with him not being able to focus on something singular. And I do feel that from that conversation, even Aries said it there, you know what I mean? And she also said there were some things that were cut out, as editing usually does and as production usually does. But she also said that during that time that was, I think that was her birthday, the first birthday without her dad, if I'm not mistaken, leading up to that sit down. So she was already emotional. So the last thing she was thinking about was stability. And there was a moment where when the leadership question came up, and I gotta give Aries credit because this was a good lesson for myself. I know Q already got this lesson because he grown. I'm still going through the spaces, but no, this is a really good lesson for not just men but for everybody. If somebody is dating you, rest in the fact that they believe in you. I'm gonna say that one more time. If they believe enough to date you, rest in the fact that they believe you. Because when Aries said that, I didn't want you to come off of me for your leadership ability. I believe enough in you to be your connection in this process. Stand 10 toes down in who you are. Don't worry about what other people say. They didn't choose you. I did. And I thought that was a great, life lesson. Forget love lesson. That was a great life lesson.
True. And I said it before, with what Aries has been through, her being married, married and divorced twice, having children, she does not have to, sacrifice or settle on what she feels and needs for her life and for her family. Like, she's another woman that knows her worth and her value, and she is not going to sacrifice or compromise on that. So if any man needs to come strong, and we actually talked about it before they even, really kind of showed the strong or, the connection between her and Phil, that Aries was one of those who we really didn't see a connection with on the show. We didn't see her somebody. And I feel like we felt like that with all the cast. Like we knew the alliance with everybody else. We knew how that was going, but we seen that was not going to be something that Aries actually needed or deserved. Okay. So I feel like when it comes to also, in the end, when they did have the elimination, you could see the heartbreak in Phil's face.
Oh,
Like he was just heartbroken. Okay, like let's not play like he didn't have feelings. I think he did.
He was just lying. He wanted to front as a hard man.
That could definitely very well be.
I will say
You
this.
know, because that hurt could also been just anger the fact that he really thought that he was going to win and didn't.
Sure.
So, you know, that could very well be the case. But the fact of the matter is I don't feel like they was really compatible. Look, combative, Lord, combative and compatible.
They were not compatible to be combative. There it is. There it is, right?
What happens when you say combative 37 times in an episode?
Now, my problem with Chris is the fact that he was hiding the reason why they broke up, because she knows it was not anything financial. So the fact that he was cringing at the word stability means that he knew what he was doing. Because Aries, she said he would do something off camera, and that would be miles, like times away. And then when they are on camera, he will start reminding her everything he did. So it almost felt like he was being performative. You would do something, then you'd start reminding me what you did. Oh, did you get your gifts? Did you do this? It was like, okay, what exactly are you doing that is genuine? So I totally understood where she was coming from, because I would not want to be with somebody that is only doing things to actually look good to other people. Because most times when you marry this kind of people, they will only act good in camera, act good in front of your friends, and then when you guys go back, they'll be a whole new person. And 2 marriages down, 2 divorces. Who wants to be in that situation?
And you know,
just needed to be honest. I was pained it didn't work. I was relieved. Oh, we're already getting separated like back. Okay, so why are you bitching about the whole thing then?
Right. And I will say this. I think that Phil was definitely more emotionally into the experience than Quentin. I will definitely say that I think Phil genuinely felt something for Aries more than Quentin felt for something for Janelle. But I will say this, that Dolly Parton did was talking to somebody. She was in an interview, and her mom said something that, you know, I think we all should take a bit of advice from. She said, whatever you do in your life, that's you, but save a little piece for you. And I think Aries is of the fact that she's even said this, that she was on another dating show. So it's not that she doesn't understand having purpose, but after that process of having purpose is done, what can be left for me and you? And maybe that's the reason why she felt like, okay, if you gotta always say what you've done for me, what is there for us to be private about? What is there for us to celebrate? What is there us to invest in?
And that's facts. So yeah, Jenica, he wanted her to just roll with what he was saying. Like, no, sir. And there were many times, okay, it's weird that he was acting obtuse. And the funny thing that really pricked me was that after the reunion part 1, he started talking about how I was fine, all the drama was off camera and all these things. Then you went into the show reunion and then you changed your tune. So what do you want us to believe?
He wanted to believe that honestly he really didn't want to have that connection, or didn't really have that connection, or, you know, he was okay with it, but, you know, in the end he chose her anyway. Almost I'm gonna say it, almost to me it almost sounded like he was trying to choose her in a pity way. Like, you wasn't even ready for her. Like, you thought that you was going to get chose. You wanted to win. You didn't have anyone to have an alliance with. Like, honestly, if it came to saying who had a real connection, Braylon, I agree with you. I would say Phil and Aries looked as though they had the most real connection.
Yes.
And I said, look, we're going to say alleged. I'm not saying it was real. I'm saying they did a good job at least trying to have a connection.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna tell you, there were some conversations that was had clearly that Phil was not ready or available to have. Okay, and when I say available, I mean because he was not his stability in the conversation or the questioning was not there. He wasn't able to answer.
Right.
So when you're going through that, of course you're going to have conflict. You know what I'm saying? But to sit and make it as though this woman was, I'm sorry, everyone should feel as though they are worth having, okay? Everyone should know what they're worth. We've said this. But if you cannot bring something to the table and you're not benefiting someone, do not act as though you are the one who should be, you should be glad that I'm even in your life for giving you the time. No, honey, it's the other way around. You're lucky she gave you her time.
That part.
Because you wasn't on the level of her.
Right.
And I feel like he was trying to give off like it was almost like, you know, well, I'm this and I'm not, I have this. No, sir, you're still not ready because your verbiage is still not matching up with a man who's stable.
No, absolutely. And I think it's also this, and I've said this before, boys and girls want spontaneity, men and women want stability and security. It's not that they don't want you to be spontaneous, they just want to see that you can handle your ish. Steve Harvey said something in a Club Shay Shay interview. He said, when men ask what women bring to the table, that we should stop asking that. They can bring a whole life into the world. What the hell you asking for? So, you know, at the end of the day, I do agree with you, Gigi, that with that, I feel that it really was about just basically what title or position can you be in, and not so much the responsibilities of that title or position. Can you carry those out? Because if I had an Aries, and honestly, this is why I would say, hey, listen, I'm not going to pretend to relate to everything you've been through. That's disrespectful to you, me, and to what can be us. What I will do is relate to you where we can, listen to you to use those stories to build us up and construct us up for positivity, and not use those as weapons as destruction into negativity. Now, at that point, that is up to Aries to say yes or no. Now, if she says no, as long as I've done everything that I can do, then that's all I can do. I remember saying to my ex-girlfriend, you know, actions are how people know you, how you carry yourself is how people remember you. So as long as you have done all that you can do, that's it. And sometimes I feel like we run back to chase the opportunity that we could have had, recognizing that Steve Harvey also said, there's more doors up the hallway. You're so focused on this door that ain't opening for you, where, hello, if you just go up the hallway, there's a whole key rack of other keys. Just start opening some other doors. Hello.
Right.
Yeah.
Well said.
So let's move
Thank you, good sir.
on to.
Hold on. And to answer Janika's question, I think we kind of answered that. For him to say that he didn't like the word stability, like, sir, that shows where you are as a man. That's what I just said. You don't like the word stability. You using the terminology, you have a gig. I have a full-time gig. That shows that you're not stable in where you are with your career. Because any real man, I'm gonna tell you like this. And I'm pretty sure we all know business people. We know businessmen. We know people who work hard. We know a plethora of different people who are in different places in their lives, but you will hear them say different things when it comes to working. Okay? And for you to be where you're at a gig is something that you just kind of do on the weekend. Hell, that's a hobby.
On this side.
A gig is a hobby.
Yep.
That a gig is not. That's not something that you're interested in. That's not something that you're really trying to do. If you have a career, your business is, listen, I have a business. Or, you know, my career is this. I have a full-time career. Listen, I'm working on my career.
Exactly.
Even if that's the case. But to say that you have a full-time gig, okay, that could be washing dishes.
But I mean, the real question is, The real question is because
And
Aries
hold on,
feels that.
wait, I'm sorry not to cut you off. I don't want to get it twisted. Listen, a job is a job. It is. But also, it plays on the stability of a woman who has been divorced twice, who has been in a stable situation. That wasn't the reason for her divorce, and who has children. She needs and deserves more. And where you are, I'm sorry, but even if you are washing dishes, you might be at the level of someone who doesn't have kids, someone who doesn't, someone who doesn't have to take care of others. Like there's levels to where your stability is. And I'm sorry, Aries level of stability is not where you are. Period, plain blank. So I'm sorry to cut you off, Q. Please proceed.
Oh, you good. My thing is, does that really disqualify him for love? You know what I'm saying? Is he not ready to
No,
love?
it's
You know
not.
what I'm saying?
It's not that disqualifies him. I think it's just his mindset may not be matching up to the responsibilities of what a person needs. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what Gigi says is very true. That there is a terminology and a language of movement when it comes to how you carry yourself. Now if we say, hey, Gigi has a gig on Sirius XM, we know what that is. That gig is like you doing radio, whatever. So gig is not a bad word. It's just the way that you carry it. When I say I want a media career, I'm talking anything and everything. I'm talking radio, TV, podcasting, doing this. There's a certain je ne sais quoi. And I hope I said that right. But anyway, there's a certain energy that you care about it. And so with him saying gig, there wasn't no energy, there wasn't no soul, there wasn't no connection of intentionality. You know what I mean? Solana's a doctor. That's a career. She gives a care about what she does, but also too, watch this part, y'all. You have to give enough of a care to invest in it, but you also have to not give a care far enough that doesn't consume you. That's the difference, y'all. That's the difference.
I mean, on the back end, editing gonna do what editing gonna do.
Oh, absolutely. We all know this.
My thing, but Aries and him, they had a connection up front. You know what I'm saying? For her to even kind of entertain him, you know what I'm saying? Right. He did say he have a bankruptcy that he went through. You know what I'm saying? So as to the fact of, you know what I'm saying, stability, he's working to find that. You know what I'm saying? He had properties. He's done this. You know, we all take hits, and we all, you know what I'm saying, have to back up and readjust sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Correct. And for him to say, hey, yeah, I'm thinking about going back into writing. You know what I'm saying? We talking about hobbies. You know what I'm talking about? We're talking about things that he see himself doing in the far future. You know what I mean? There's nothing. I don't feel like there was nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I feel like, hey, you know what I mean? I got my family. You know, I'm providing right now. We can work on something. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like he may not be ready to love her. Sure. But like he said, I am enough. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't feel like the word stability and all that right there really was so much directed to him actually as a person. It just don't fit what she needs. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So I feel what he's saying, like, I'm stable. You know what I'm saying? I am stable. You know what I'm saying? He's saying I'm stable, but he's just not stable enough for her.
Right. And that's a very fair point.
Exactly. And honestly, and I agree with Bianca. It sounds like he is equating stability to finance only. Stability is not just finances. There is a certain, there's a certain level of stability that is needed. One, when you are a single mother, regardless of, and I'm pretty sure that Aries, the father of her children, what she said, takes great care of his children. He was, it wasn't a problem of finances. Listen, it's not about that, but still in her life, where she's at and her knowing her value means that she's not willing to settle. She's not willing to, if you've already had, a certain level of stability, you're not going to sacrifice getting less than what you've already had. You're going to either add to it or, you know what I'm saying? You can work with something around the same thing. You can work with it. You know what I'm saying? But you're not, come on, you're not really going to settle for less. At least you don't want to.
True.
And I feel like that's just where she is. Like, I mean, and Phil is definitely enough. Like you said, but he's just not enough for her. Agreed. Absolutely. Agreed.
Hey, y'all got to give it up for Phil. You know what I'm saying? I really, throughout the process, even on stage, the level of maturity he displayed, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
To me, I felt like was very commendable.
Some people would have
Even
lashed out.
yes, even dealing with Tequila, whenever dealing with her, you know what I'm saying? He kept it very.
Yeah,
He held his own.
that
You know what I'm saying? He was very mature.
that was a low.
You call that tequila.
Oh my.
Tequila, you know, it's in the same word family verbiage, you know. Listen, it's all good. We love you. No, it's all good. But you know what? I will agree though, because at the end of the day, I do feel that for what Phil gave to the process, I don't feel like Phil could walk away from this and not everyone see his heart. He genuinely has a heart.
Aubrey.
Hey, Aubrey, welcome in.
Hey, Aubrey, listen, y'all wanted to something so funny. And I was going to send this in the group chat. Q's calling her tequila. Listen, I had a margarita last night. It was called a Cadillac margarita. So it's a regular margarita, but it's topped with Grand Marnier. And as soon as they told me what it was, I was like, I want that. I want that.
So
what restaurant you went to. I think I know.
So wait a minute. Was it full bodied like an Escalade, or was it
Listen,
fast like
it was full. It was full body with an Escalade. You know what I'm saying? They were sitting on 24s. It was, you know what I'm saying.
Stop talking about liquor. I gotta work today and tomorrow, please. Oh.
Listen. I'm on a. Even though I'm on location, I'm on a vacation also. So listen, I'm still having fun. So. Yeah,
it was the fact that the drink had Grand Marnier in it. That's the part for me.
Hold on, for them to say it's topped with Grand Marnier. I said, wait, did you say Grand Marnier?
Let me get that.
Man.
My husband was like, I'd like that too. I was like, I bet you would.
So you're enjoying yourself.
Definitely am. Okay, let's get on.
Yes, what we got? Oh Lord, more combative energy. More combative energy, my Lord.
Let's go. So where's the volume? Oh.
These two connections.
I did.
Tell me about it. Was it difficult?
Very difficult for me because in my regular dating life, you know, if I'm dating one person, I'm focused on that person. But it was just difficult to give them both 100% throughout the whole process.
Lee, do you feel like you guys never got a good shot due to his connection with Janelle?
No, it wasn't like, oh, I'm so disappointed. I think he's going to pick her or whatever, because you couldn't pick me at a certain point. It was definitely tension in the house when he would try to speak to not only me, other young ladies.
The narrative that is trying to be applied here is ridiculous. We ain't gonna do what he wants to do at any time.
Well, you have to.
Hold on one second.
Well, I know you're just continuing to lie.
Janelle is not doing any of those things.
You're just lying.
What? I'm not lying.
You are. Every time he would try to speak to me, even in the house, you had comments. So therefore, you're making him very uncomfortable.
Sweetheart, were you uncomfortable?
No, I was never uncomfortable. I never felt like I wasn't allowed to.
Sugar honey, baby.
No,
you all
come
right?
on.
Hey, sugar honey, boy.
That part was so unnecessary.
You need to rest in mama's bosom. This is emotional.
Listen, hold on. Wait a minute. Don't say nothing until I tell you. Wait a second. Are you okay? Can you speak? Go ahead. Go ahead and tell them. Like, that's what they gave. Thank you, Pudding Face. Thank you, Pudding Pop.
All the other cast, they're like,
just combative, damn it, just combative.
What happened was he was no longer interested, and that is what happened.
In the house, you're saying you said absolutely nothing. You said you had
nothing to this man to keep him from
just
you.
in general, like when we had any type of interaction. When I had the chicken and came in the house that he made for me, you made it a point to go say, "Oh, he made this pasta for me." Janelle, you are. I don't know if you're like
I mean, she actually does this a lot.
Stop.
You
that is not what happened. They have,
girl.
They have the context.
I really don't have to do this.
He said that he
doesn't
made
make any
something
difference.
special for me. He presented that. I didn't present that.
I don't like going back and
So
forth
why
with
did
people
you
who are
have
not
to
aware of
announce it
themselves.
when
It's
she
I
was
am very
meeting
aware,
her
but you
own
need to
needs?
take
No, it's pointless.
accountability.
Lee, me being uncomfortable had nothing to do with what Janelle.
Of course, Quinn.
When you were uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable
My
going into
dog.
the house or my connections or talk to other women.
You see, he spoke.
Yeah. This
Wait
is horrible.
twice.
What happened was he was no longer interested, and that is
With two strong connections, how am I going to navigate?
So, Quentin, let me ask you this. Were you uninterested in Lee?
The house definitely showed that. I was more so interested in Janelle.
Oh,
Ding,
Quentin
ding, ding.
Lane.
Why did you
Quentin
take her to
Lane.
come on?
Quentin
I think he's a
Lane.
great guy. You know, like it's not like any bad feelings, but he's not the guy for me. There's not any
No, we don't
confusion
feel
on,
anything.
okay, you were feeling your connection with Janelle. That's fine.
So clearly you guys are not a connection. But tell me about you. How are you now?
I'm wonderful. I'm back focused on work.
Okay.
You tell me.
Now, listen, Janelle was very adamant that her and Quentin made pasta, okay? That, you
And
know,
now she's
he
single.
supplied them. Now, exactly. But no, bigger than that, you know, he supplied the Italian sausage and she supplied the Alfredo sauce and they made pasta together. That she was very adamant about pasta being made. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First off, no, didn't see these posts. Gonna have to check that out.
Let me put it up.
She definitely ate them up with ease because, come on, that was the lies for me. Like, we seen it throughout the entire show. Like, listen, y'all, we've been reporting on this since day one. We have said these things. We have seen it. We know. We understand. Like, come on, Janelle, you treated this man as though you were stirring tea and he was in a sunken place, baby. Like, he was somewhere else. Like, I was waiting for him to blink twice. Somebody take a picture, flash, put that on. Like, bring him back, something. Somebody needs to help. He's in a maze. Like, what in the world has she done to him? Did she give him some of that cougar cat?
Several times.
No, she gave him some of that cougar cat, and then he got sprung. But then he realized that she was close to menopause, and it started getting too dry, and he was like, "This is too much work." So I'm just gonna have to just stop right here.
Now, see, I already used Alfredo sauce as
Allegedly,
an
I
analogy,
said allegedly. Okay, allegedly. My
now we
bad.
got menopause. So we got Italian sausage, Alfredo sauce, and menopause. Okay, that's the
No, I'm just saying she close. See, what had happened was, listen, what had happened was,
What had happened was,
see, you know what? It was the Grand Marnier last night that I was drinking. It's talking to me now.
Go ahead.
give me one grandma.
Yes, please.
Give me two margaritas.
It's speaking to me. Okay, listen.
Hashtag two.
We're gonna say it's all alleged. Okay, we don't know. We don't know what's happening, but one thing that we do know for sure is that she don't want no children running through her house because she was so disgusted at the thought of it. Oh my God, we saw her face. It was just turned in disgust. And we seen the hold that she had on Quentin, period. Like, he was not able to have a conversation with anyone.
Right.
So what Lee said, we seen. They showed it. And then Quentin, she said, speak. He's like, right.
No, honestly, you know what this reminds me of? By the way, Gigi, were you finished with all your thought? Because I did not mean to interrupt. Okay. There's a picture on social media where there is a lioness that is biting the lion's balls. And apparently that's their way of wanting sex. So I'm just going to say that Janelle was the lioness. And when she just wanted it, she just bit down with her combative, aggressive, and, you know, pulling energy of a personality. Yes.
So wait, before we go on, let's play the Ready to Lie clip.
What's up, girl? You playing tomorrow?
So this is the
Okay.
clip.
Y'all been
Me
playing
and
for
Quentin
it?
too haven't really been able to just have fun. Yeah. We didn't really even get to spend like any time together on the little getaway either. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you agreed,
Yeah. The house was really tough to navigate. I don't even feel like you tried to navigate. I can be completely honest. It was very uncomfortable. But I did. I can be completely honest. It was very uncomfortable. Can be completely honest. It was very uncomfortable. Can be completely honest. It was very uncomfortable.
Now Lee is mean. She kept playing that part over
Well done.
and over
Well
and
done.
over.
Well done. Well done.
You will make
She
me look
knows.
stupid in public.
She knows. Listen, the truth is, when you're not around, you know what I'm saying, you're sugar mama. That's the truth comes out. Okay, the truth comes out then. But when you around her, she got them cougar claws on you. She ready.
Maybe the power is out because they are no longer any couple.
Well,
That's great.
that was a good one. Listen.
She
Well done.
she
Well
said
done. That
that
was
they was
good.
no
That
power
was good,
couple.
Samara.
She
Well done.
said and she made the comment that, if you thinking about seeing some type of or would she say like trainer couple or workout couple, you're not gonna see that. Like, come on, that means
couple.
Yeah,
you like
everybody likes a fitness couple. Yeah.
everybody likes a fitness couple. Like, you can't support your man by doing the meal prep. Like,
Gigi, this is tea. Do you know, funny enough, I have that live, but I've not watched it. I think I'll go back and watch it. So she's actually dating Red from. Ooh, this is
wait a minute. Where's it at? Send it to me. Okay.
from going to ugly to
I
ugly.
mean, wait. Okay, so this is something that was said. Like, was it said online or?
Yeah, because we
On
need
his
to
life.
know. By the way, tell me why Janelle reminds me of a particular song. Truth is, I never got over you. It's killing me because now I know.
Listen,
When it's all said
I
and
will.
done, I guess I'm still in love with you. Truth
I will say.
is.
I will say this, Uja, if it's true, I believe it just off the fact of what we said before, especially last week when he made the comment on the couch about the communication that they still have together. Her laughing and smiling, not saying anything about it, not defending it, even while she was sitting next to Q, because we even discussed the fact that if there was a relationship between her and Q, she would have definitely said something about it, because Q even seemed shocked. He even seemed like, you know what I'm saying? He was almost surprised about there being some communication like that.
And not to mention too, is this exclusive?
Exactly. Is this exclusive? There was so much shade that was thrown during that entire time that let it be known that like we knew that there was a connection during the process, because remember how mad and jealous she got at Kira? And was throwing shade at Kier when he was messing with Kier when they went to that little bar and was playing football or the baseball thing.
She got a fake bag. I got a real one.
Come on.
But
Come on, that was
thing,
honestly that was her first connection.
The route.
That was first before Quentin and Herbert.
Quentin went the route. He knew if you had a conversation with Janelle, then you have a conversation with Lee. Between the two, you're gonna feel which one's gonna demand more and push you more. Quentin didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? He talking about I feel better in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Which was BS. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, Quentin just wants somebody to fight over.
I was about to say, didn't he say though, Q, that he didn't want to be single? He said that though.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he said that all he wanted to do was fuck, clearly. And also, you're right, Sicko, the bumps in the road that, they're acting like that was the reason for the breakup. No, listen, come on. I'm telling y'all, I told y'all from the beginning there was an alliance. They was never really together. They was never really going to end up together. But because the people who they possibly was going to be with got voted off, they had to go ahead and make an alliance to make it where we're going to make it to the end. She said in her live during episode 4, well, actually before episode 4, when she went live and started talking shit for the very first time, I'm going to tell you, in every single time that she went live and talked shit, she's never mentioned Red. Red was never somebody that she's ever come for. But she was talking so much shit about everybody else. and she was letting it be known how, one, she never even tried to make it like her and he was together then.
Who's currently single?
Just because it says currently, Quentin says currently single.
Yeah.
Of course, Q said that he was
Quentin
single.
lies a lot. Because what's the use of lying that you were uncomfortable? What's the use of lying that you could not date any other person? In part one, you already said you could not navigate the two connections, and now you're saying it's something because you chose Janelle. Then if you really chose Janelle, why did you take Lee out and started apologizing, saying you want to still continue whatever connection you guys had? Come on.
And not
now.
to mention too, on that date with meeting the family member, when you said that you have been responding to Lee's messages, bruh, really, like you had a hand in this. I mean, hashtag here we go to the end of the road. I'm so look. Don't blame me for having this soul. Okay, the references just come out when they need to. You understand?
Listen. Right about now, the end of the road. Like no.
You feel like that? You feel like that R&B song?
Listen. I'm gonna tell you. When it comes to a reference between, Quentin, Janelle, and Lee, he's more of a TLC. So are Creek. Okay, because he didn't want Janelle.
Keep it on the down low.
He didn't want Janelle to know that he really was feeling Lee. Listen, it was an alliance. Honestly, she knew it was an alliance, but her still having that, I want to win and I got to be the winner and the best. She didn't care. She was like, listen here, as long as me and you go out together, when it's all said and done, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm going to do whatever I do because it is what it is, and then we're going to separate.
Yeah,
but the girl can't hold water.
Yeah, because they said at the hoedown that, as long as we come back to each other, you know what I mean? And honestly, tell you the truth, the way I feel about it is that
right, Aubrey. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. And the way I honestly feel about Janelle is this. I feel that because she said that these women, in mediocrity and they didn't get chosen and this and that, most of the other people from what I've seen have stood in their own identity. They didn't have to have something make them. Because to be honest, before the show, I didn't know that you existed. Respectfully. So if
I didn't
you
know
are
she had any important position. She's basically
that's what I'm saying.
Someone that is a bottom feeder, but probably has access, and now all of a sudden she's someone big.
That part. So at the end of the day, if you were already somebody 10 toes down, you would be in a position where you would want to be because you created those circumstances. So if you already had together and you were already Janelle, you already know, then why did you go on a network that's bigger than who you are when nobody knew who you were? Make that make sense, because you said that it's not flex to be on a network that not a lot of people get. Well, sweetie, more people know OWN than Janelle, respectfully. So
girl, you have only 20-something K followers. You are not important. My personal page is almost at 20-something followers. Please stop.
And this is the thing that really got to me was you're disrespecting a woman who was born in segregation.
Hi, Shannon.
Hey, Queen. Welcome and glad to have you here. Beautiful profile picture, by the way. But you're disrespecting Janelle. You're disrespecting a woman who was born in segregation. Her grandmother didn't have a lot, couldn't really read or write, and did all the housework. And she went through SA, had a child, had to let that go. And then, to go through everything she went through, to have her own network with her name on it. The Oprah Winfrey Show been around for 25 years. People still miss that show. The fact that you disrespected somebody who was born in segregation and she went through what she went through so you could have an opportunity to be known as a Black woman. Stop. Just stop. Like, really, just stop.
That's what I said. Listen, she need to go ahead, pack up her delusion, and move to an island all of her own.
I
Like,
agree.
because it's just like you you belittle the next to make yourself feel better, sound better. Because I feel like this is my opinion and alleged. I feel like you're not where you really want to be. You're not. You're not who you really want to be. So you have to make sure that you put down ones that you see who are possibly actually living life. And it doesn't matter who they are, what they look like. It's just if they are doing something that you feel like is better in some way than you, then you're feeling insecure about it. And now you got a problem. You're shaking tables. You're calling people out, acting like, oh my gosh, she wanted to fight me. No, you shook the table and called her out. Didn't nobody do that but you.
Yep.
Everything that was said by Lee, she clearly was telling the truth. And we all knew that, they were not together. Like, come on now. Her and Quentin went live last Thursday, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And in that live, he still acted like she had some type of reign or hold on him in some way.
Mm-hmm.
It was still pretend. Like we knew it was fake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So for that to happen right before the first reunion episode, y'all act like y'all didn't know what was going to happen. I'm telling you, Janelle's been quiet for a minute. She's been quiet.
Yeah.
Once she go live, she's been quiet though.
Yeah. And
because she knew the delusion that she was trying to portray and spew on that live that she had the day before the episode. She knew it was all going to come out. But see, evidently they didn't know how editing was going to happen and how they was going to do everything.
Mm-hmm. Because they said, and I quote, that we see along with y'all. So what probably ended up happening was when she said, "Oh, there's not really any tea to spill from the reunion." Well, Red saying that y'all still text was tea, and then with Quentin saying that
she knows where home is.
Right.
We knew that.
Right. And then in the second part of the reunion, where you were so combative to sorry, it is at this point it's a part of our lexicon. I'm sorry, but at this point,
lucky I'm out.
There's so many ways to go with that joke, but I'm gonna just move on. But the point is though, for you to be that defensive about the truth about you, when if it ain't true, and you saying you better than them. Princesses talk about what they do. Queens execute who they are. I'm going to say that one more time. Princes and princesses talk about who they are, or they holler about who they are. Kings and queens execute and speak on who they are. So at that point, like, in the words of Iyanla Vanzant, your behavior is diminishing your message. One more time, your behavior is diminishing your message. That's it.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, microphone's on mute. Okay.
I'm muted. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what she showed on her Instagram.
Lord help.
Like she let it through shades at me. It was very funny.
Wait, she threw shade at who?
Knows that. Me, I'm the one handling like the fan page that I just like post clips and all those kind of things. Oh, let me read it so you will see what she said.
Help. This
she
don't
said,
make no damn sense.
The trickling circuits journey has come to an end. I set out to show women they could show up as their authentic self, and I did that. I set out to disrupt the status quo of matchmaking and empower women of all sizes that they could have what or who they wanted. Excuse me, Venetia was bigger, shapier than you, and she was not nasty. Just putting it out there. I did set out to prove that you could honor your standard of beauty and all the augmentations. I did that. I set out to hold it down for 40 plus girlies. I did that. I set out to show people that you could love God, stand on his words and still be incredibly flawed yet favored. I did that. Excuse me, Liz was 40 something. Girl, it's
Wow.
finished. Now, this is where she starts throwing shades after talking about God. So the cast story season, we share a unique experience that lives only amongst us. Instead of supporting one another collectively through this tumultuous process, we allowed our egos to overpower us and rob us of what could have been an impactful moment. We could have done awesome things as a collective. Instead, you allowed yourselves to be manipulated by the machine, pseudo celebrity, and pride. An opportunity for excellence was truly missed, and we all played a part in this. Then castmates, one by one, with their bruised egos, took to Facebook groups of equally miserable people, struggle blog sites, and YouTube channels that aren't monetized to talk about me and to lie when the truth was good enough. You didn't talk about your brands or businesses, not your love connections on the show, and not what you learned from the process, but just me. So yes, you are in fact obsessed, but it's okay. I forgive you. And I hope that amidst the rubble of this experience, you are able to find peace, real reality, your real names. That's a shade to Katerina, a functioning website for your pseudo businesses, a dictionary to increase your vocabulary, and broad certified psychologists to help you unpack your childhood traumas and low self-esteem. So Anthony Sylvester, Simo Slaughter, Nawara Blue, respectfully, you are the scum of the earth. The seeds of dissension you sown, your lack of integrity and your all-round poor work ethics are befitting for where you found yourself in life at my footstool. God have mercy on you for how you treated his chosen.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
blocked, but someone sent it to me. It was incredibly weird.
So,
excuse me. There's a couple ways that could be taken because honestly,
Gigi, you go ahead. I'm gonna follow.
hold on. I'm gonna tell you because hold on. Because listen, Ucha. If she's talking about you, she's talking about me. Because there's some shit in there. That hold on. What are you saying? Because I can go ahead, honey. If you want to go there, I've actually listen. I'll reach out to you again. I can reach out. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Come on the show and talk about it. Don't sit there and hide behind your Facebook and don't try to you know what I'm saying, block one of us, not thinking that, you know what I'm saying, we're not here as a collective, thinking that you're going to talk shit and it's not going to get back around. Listen, this is the hope. Just come and talk to us. We're fair. We're unbiased. We honestly would love to get your opinion because I have some questions that I would like to clarify and I would like for you to get clarified. Like, come on.
Okay.
If that's the problem and you feel like somebody's so obsessed with you, then
why would you come on a TV
clarify
show?
why.
Not
Clarify
wanting
why.
to talk about you. Do you know what's
Right.
funny? If people were talking about her in a positive light, she would not be writing any of these disparaging comments.
Now, is it okay if I speak, or Q, do you want to speak before I go, bro? Because I got a lot to say. Okay, Q might stepped away from his microphone. The reason why this whole thing, this is what I mean. You cannot be of love and showcase hate. I'm going to say that again. You cannot be of love and showcase hate. This Chitlin Circuit journey, is about to be on for 10 years. They've passed 100 episodes for off-net syndication. That's one. Number two, Anthony Sylvester, Simone Solar, and Narwa Blue. For those of you who may not know who those people are, those are some of the executive producers of Ready to Love. I actually got in contact with Narwa Blue. But since people want to get on me and stuff like I'm just talking too damn much, I actually know a lot more than y'all want to give me credit for. But that's neither here nor there. But the reason why I'm so upset is because at the end of the day, regardless of how you have been treated, that does not give you the right to be a bitch. Because guess what? For one, you did not have to apply on this show. Last time I checked, you said your friend Jessica said that you should be on the show. Who's your ex-friend now? That's one. Number two, you said that all of y'all are on the show because all y'all failed at relationships. That includes you. So you're a failure. And number three, at the end of the day, do you really think that this is going to elevate you at all? Because here's the thing that you don't realize, Janelle. Receipts stay out here. Like Uncha said, you got her blocked, but this receipt got to her. And I know Sierra said that y'all got new contracts. There's a thing called morality clause, sweetheart. You should know this because, like you said, you design mugs for HBO while other people are getting multi-year deals with HBO. But you know the interesting thing between you design a mug for HBO and them getting a multi-year deal, there's still responsibility to the network to carry yourself. All your clients have every right to block you. They have every right not to do business with you, and they have every right to pull out that morality clause. You said that you were going to go into business consulting or get back into it because you took a break. Why would somebody consult with you about business when you can't even handle your own business? And to disrespect the Chitling circuit, that allowed Dorothy Dandridge and the Nicholas brothers. That allowed the Cotton Club. That allowed the Apollo Theater. That allowed so many people to get through. And here's the thing, and the reason why you will never make it is because at the end of the day, you feel like a platform makes you who you are. If everything was taken away from you, who would you be? Because there's a story about a woman in a storehouse and how she was so hesitant to let everything go because that's all she had. The difference between you and her, she didn't want to let go because it's all that she has. She worked for it. She gave a fuck about it. You, on the other hand, you're so concerned about what you have that you don't even have a soul to give a fuck about you as a human being. And listen, far be it from me to tell a 40-year-old what the fuck to do. And yes, before you go live and say that I'm 29 years old and that I'm single, I don't have this, I don't have that, everything in between, guess what? Everybody on YouTube is shit. Respectfully. And I say that because all of us started at zero. Everybody who's famous was a nobody. At the end of the day, in the words of Life Jennings, when the rim stops spinning, all those gold-digging women disappear, she'll still be here. The only reason why nothing is there for you is because you don't want to be there for nobody else. And don't even come to me saying, well, Braylon, you just saying this because of the show. No. I've defended your ass for a very long time. And guess what? I love thick chicks around here. This is a thick dude channel. But at the end of the day, I would rather be by myself than to be in a house of toxicity with you. Because at the end of the day, everything that glitters ain't gold. But how can you know what glitters gold if you can't even detect the quality of who you are as a fucking human being? Y'all can have it. I'm done.
All right. I was about to say, hold on. We got to cool you off. Hold on. I had to James Brown you real quick. Throw the robe on you. You got to chill out. Hold on now. I need you to. I understand. Listen.
I think I was actually very respectful of what I said because I could have been a lot worse.
Listen. The fact that, the shade still continues and still the delusion of, there being some type of obsession with her definitely is not fair. Huh?
See, you can, sorry, I'm trying to respond to actually Aubrey. You can see, I got this screenshot because I was actually blocked. You can see Janelle. Let me make it bigger. You can see Janelle Langford over here. It's her page. See. I had to like use another new page to go to her page. It is Janelle's page. Look at, I was blocked because I don't really go to this page. This is a page that I just have to, because I'm blocked by multiple people. My mouth never allows me respond it. So yeah, this is the post. She took the post of her and Moire. That's where she wrote all these comments. People were even saying shit in the comments, like, it's crazy. And she's just surrounded by a lot of yes men, because why are you saying, baby, you ate down? Yes, please. Yes, that. Girl, you were
That's because everybody is all, nobody has in their own mind. Like, there are so many yes men because nobody has their own damn mind, and you can clearly see a person doing wrong. That's why I say, listen, oh, that shit ticks me off. Listen, I support Black culture and I am for our people, but I'm sorry, I don't support all Black people just because you're Black. Because you might not be you might not be doing the right shit. You might be doing some fucked up shit that actually can harm us or make us look bad as a people. And you're telling me I have to support you just because you are Black? No. You've got me fucked up. That's not how I roll. Now, if I can educate you and help you out and make you, you know what I'm saying, understand, like, hey, we as people we have to look a certain way, period. Like, I'm going to tell you, listen, Jadena, classic man, like, we are classic people. We need to walk as though we are building Black Wall Street all around us. Like, we are our own Black Wall Street. You understand what I'm saying? Like, having wealth is not just financial. It's also mental and emotional. And it's also, you have to think wealth. You have to be wealth. Wealth is not financial. It's not only financial. Because your life is worth more than any dollar amount out there. Because when you die, or do you have that?
Can't take it with you.
Go right ahead, Q.
Exactly.
What you gotta say on it, bro?
I guess I kind of slid out for a second. What happened?
Janelle did a message, bro. I'm gonna read it to you. You're gonna have to go back to hear my response because I ain't repeating all that shit again.
I heard the back end of the response. I didn't hear why.
So here's what she said. She said, this Chitlin, and this is what she said, Q. This Chitlin circuit journey has finally come to an end. I set out to show women that they could show up as their authentic self. I did that. I set out to disrupt the status quo of matchmaking and empower women of all sizes that they could have what they want and who they wanted. I did that. I set out to prove that you could honor your standard of beauty sans all the augmentations. I did that. I set out to hold it down for the 40 plus girlies. I did that. I set out to show people that you can love God, stand on his word, and still be incredibly flawed but yet favored. I did that. It is finished. To the cast of this season, we have a unique experience that lives only amongst us. Instead of supporting one another collectively through this tumultuous process, we allowed our egos to overpower us and rob us of what could have been an impactful moment. We could have done awesome things together as collective. Instead, you allowed yourself to be manipulated by the machine, pseudo celebrity, and pride. The opportunity for excellence was truly missed, and we all played a part in this. Then castmates, one by one, with their bruised egos, took to Facebook groups of equally miserable people, struggling blog sites, YouTube channels that aren't monetized, to talk about me and to lie when the truth was good enough. You didn't talk about your brands or your businesses, not your love connections on the show, and not what you've learned from the process, but just me. So yes, you are in fact obsessed, but it's okay. I forgive you. And I hope amidst the rubble of this experience, you're able to find peace, real reality, your real names, a functioning website for your pseudo businesses, a dictionary to increase your vocabulary, and board certified psychologists to help you unpack your childhood traumas and low self-esteem. To Anthony Sylvester, Simone Slar, and Nawa Blue, respectfully, you are scum of the earth. The seeds of dissension you've shown, your lack of integrity, and your all-around poor work ethic are benefiting for where you found yourself in life. At my footstool. May God have mercy on you for how you have treated his chosen. Peace sign, hashtag ready to love Q. So that, sir, go right ahead.
Wow.
And those
One
last
thing,
3 names are executive producers of the show, brother. So she basically
one,
just said fuck production.
one thing about a fire, you're gonna need air and another other chemical to keep the fire going. You know what I'm saying? For Janelle herself personally, you know what I mean, people responding to her is feeding in her ego and how she really feel about everybody and everybody else. So
Hashtag rewarding combative bad behavior.
I personally, you know what I'm saying, if that's how Janelle feels and that's the world she gotta live in, she's not ready to love. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's been proven through the process over and over and over again. One thing about being ready to love and in this season, I've realized is that there's multiple parts of dating. And when
That
you
part.
first start dating, the first person you gotta date is yourself. And you gotta understand who you are, what you want, what you're looking for, and that right there is gonna be the catalyst of who you let into your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be the catalyst of understanding what you want and how you gonna go about getting that. You know what I'm saying? And even making yourself available. You know what I'm saying? But if you yourself is delusional to who you are and the things you did and the people and the things you say and the people you hurt, you just gonna keep repeating that process over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And the thing about it is the people around you, you know what I'm saying, are gonna keep changing because once people start telling the truth, you ain't gonna want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you go grab a younger man on the show, you know what I'm saying, who's only there just to have sex with you, you know what I'm saying, and be about his way. You know what I mean? So you will not look like a loser. So I mean, at the end of the day, Janelle, you got some growing up to do even at 48 years old. Some stuff you got to learn about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a bad thing because guess what? We all got it. It's always an ongoing process for any and
Amen.
everybody. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody perfect, but at the same time, you got to own up to your own BS. At the same time.
No, I think that's very well said. And listen, for all that Jessica has been, she has not done a post like that. Because I'm going to read the last part again. These are to the 3 people that have done this career longer than Janelle ever could be known to anybody. To Anthony Sylvester, Simone Slaughter, and Nawa Brew, respectfully, you are scum of the earth. To the executive producers of the show, to give her a chance, the seeds of dissension you've shown, your lack of integrity, and your all-around poor work ethic. Now realize, Nephew Tommy said they tape for 12 weeks. They tape 8 to 12 to 14 hours a day. Now, what Janelle may not know, and she probably doesn't, that each position has a different level of commitment. Some executive producers are hands-on, okay? Some executive producers come in the beginning for the pre-production meeting of the season. They check in throughout, and then they have other things to do. And then some, they just come in at the end, and some of them, they come through the process when, okay, everything's taped. All right, I'm coming through to check the footage. So to say poor work ethic when these people have done a show for going on 10 seasons, to last a decade anywhere in business, life, or any other thing you give a fuck about is not easy shit. But here's where she really messed up. Your lack of integrity, your all-around work ethic, and seasons essentially you're sown are benefiting for where you found yourself in life at my footstool. Janelle, I just want you to know right now that Warner Bros. Discovery is connected to, well, I already told you this about HGTV, but they also have CNN, they got Max. That just cut you out of ever coming back to Ready to Love. That cut you out of every opportunity at Owen, every opportunity at that production company. Every one of them. And honestly, too, that really just cut you out of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Real talk. Because here's the thing that you don't know, Janelle. You think that they're your footstool. Sweetie, at the end of the day, you're their footstool. Because those producers talk. They talk to other people in Hollywood. So do what you want to do. And listen, you don't have to listen to me, even though I have the plug on Love and Marriage Huntsville in a way none of y'all are expecting. Hashtag 901. I'll see y'all tonight for that plug. But that's neither here nor there. But the point, no, Solana, I'm serious. I know a lot more ish about Mia than most people on YouTube. They don't want to give me my credit for that, but that's okay though. But the point that I'm trying to let Janelle know is, you think those people are that small to be your footstool when they create the footstools for people to stand on so they can have a chance in Hollywood.
Right.
Screw yourself, girl. That's it. I don't know what else to say.
Well, listen, we're done with Love and Marriage Huntsville, or Lord, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Ready to Love Dallas. Ready to Love Dallas is done. We're done with the fake shit. We're done. We're over it. Listen, now here comes Ready to Love.
Make a move.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see what's going on with this. And the fact that they are doing it so quickly and it's starting next weekend. Like, listen.
I know I'm watching for drama, and it looks interesting.
Can we not have?
It looks like there's going to be plenty of drama.
Can we not have combative energy with this season?
I'm out. I don't even have no more. Listen, I got to save the rest of them for the drinks I'm about to have. Listen, I got.
Take a shot for me.
Listen,
I definitely will. So, listen, we are going to go ahead. Is everyone, can we round it out? Everyone has said their piece? If so, I want to thank everyone for joining us and actually being here with us through the entire journey of Ready to Love Dallas, because it has been so much fun. And listen, we, are trying to work on some things, possibly get our little reunion going with some of the other cast members and talk about it,
Yes.
Possibly. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. But listen, Ready to Love, make a move starting next week. On Friday, we're here for it. So, Solana, we could talk behind the scenes about, doing a panel on that. But honestly, I feel like it's going to be a lot of drama and real juicy. So,
it's going to be drama. I know all the ladies. That's why it's fine. I'm very close to all the ladies. So it's
so yeah, definitely going to be well worth it. So, if that's it, thank y'all everyone for joining. We love y'all. Peace out. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you, Lovey. Thank you, Siko, Bianca, Janika, Aubrey,
Lorraine Bryant,
Q, Gigi, Braylon. To be honest, this is actually
y'all have become family to me. Like this has literally become the best part of my Saturday. And also too, I feel like I really have evolved as a person being on this panel with y'all. Like, no cap. No cap.
Yeah.
By the way, one request just for everybody. Can we all be non-combative, everybody? Let's just do that moving forward. Let's just be non-combative.
I can't make no promises. I can't make no promises.
Understood, good sir. You gotta stand to the
right.
sometime.
Listen, I can't. Let me tell you, I might have already started off my day combative. Who knows?
So see you guys next time.
See you. Bye.